Yo, 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 yo. What is up? Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning back in. It has been a minute since I've had any content. I just haven't really had much of a chance to do a ton of thrifting lately. And honestly, it's just been pretty slim pickings in the stores and all that. Luckily, that all changed the other day. I went to the Goodwill bins. It's been just a little bit, but man, this place was absolutely stacked today. There was probably 3 or 4 bins just completely filled up with VHS, DVDs, Blu-rays. So, and everything's super dirt cheap. It's like they do it by the pound, 50 cents a pound. So anyway, I think I got some pretty good heat, which I'm gonna share with you right now. So let's jump right into it. First up, I got some Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Surprisingly, I have not really been able to find this out thrifting in the wild anytime recently. Unfortunately, the back is completely shredded, but I actually went ahead and watched it the other day, and it's in perfect condition. So that's a cool addition, and probably upgrade at some point. Right here, man, we got this one. Okay, this one guy's collection. I don't know. He wrote his name on almost all of his tapes. It's Tichout. I don't know. He's like French, but he's got some pretty good bangers. Right here, we got some Burt Reynolds action hard frame. Never heard of that. Looks like absolutely terrible, but had to pick that up. Next up, we got, it's called Nothing But Trouble, with a pretty awesome cast. We've got Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd, John Candy, and Demi Moore. Never heard of this. It appears to be some sort of like gothic kind of comedy, so I'm all over that. So yeah, we'll check that out. Next up, we got some Big Fish. This is honestly one of my favorite Tim Burton films, after probably like Edward Scissorhands, Beetlejuice. I've got the DVD. Pretty much unnecessary to get the VHS, but couldn't turn that down. Grab that. Next up, we have some Army of Darkness. I had this, actually I think I've sold the other one I had on eBay a while back, but yeah, this copy is pretty rad. I'm gonna be real, like I'm not a huge Army of Darkness, Evil Dead fan, all that kind of stuff. Like I know everyone would say that's like a sin or something, but it's okay. I can respect it, but yeah, this cover's cool. That'll probably go up on eBay pretty soon. Okay, now we're getting some pretty juicy titles right here. Right here, Black Valor. Straight up blaxploitation film from 1988. This is the same dude's collection. Quote here, he's one brave black dude and pray he's on your side. So, I mean, dude, this is straight up banger material right here. Check this out on eBay. It's going for, probably like 30, maybe 40 bucks. Not sure if I'm gonna keep this or sell it, but yeah, man, that's right. That is just not something you're gonna see in the wild every day. You're getting pretty deep cuts, nice and obscure, which I'm all about. So that's cool. And this one right here, okay, I got completely stoked about this. Kind of lost my mind when I found this. It's going for 60 bucks on eBay. But anyways, just looks rad. This is just like straight up 80s, I mean, out your ass kind of vibe from Cinematics Video Distributor. Never heard of it. It's not even a date on here. The crazy thing is, I got this. I noticed there's some mold on it, and I also noticed there's no official label on there. But it's got these like old school, spools, if you know what I'm talking about. Like, it just has that vibe that I thought it was legit. So I cleaned up the mold and then popped it in, praying that was actually this tape, and I totally had my hopes completely stomped because it was some random like Western movie. So yeah, that really sucks. Took me a little bit to get over that, but it's a gamble worth taking. So if anything, I still got this cover I can put on display. I'm curious about this. If anybody knows anything about Top Mission, let me know. Okay, we have here some Mel Gibson, Summer City. This is apparently a 1989 horror movie. Never heard of this. Of course, you had to write the name right here. I wish we could go back in time and tell people in like the 80s, early 90s, for the love of God, just don't write your name on VHS. But that's how it is. Anyways, looks pretty interesting. Yeah, like just straight up Mel Gibson horror, not something I'm familiar with. Give that a check out at some point. Next up, we got a few, I guess, X rentals. We got some beat up clamshells, Jaws the Revenge, of course with the name written on there. But yeah, I don't have this one. I've got Jaws 1 and 2. I think this, yeah, it has a little bit of mold on it. I can clean that off. So anyways, thought that was pretty cool. And obviously, I'm sure everybody knows it's almost impossible to find horror these days in the wild. So you just got to grab it when you can. Strike while the iron's hot. Next up, another beat up clam. And man, this thing is beat up, the thing. I've been looking for this for a little while. Don't have it. Just look at this nasty filth right here. And for some reason, I have no idea, but there's a hole right here on the back of it. This thing is, actually the tape itself is in pretty good shape, but I think it might even be the original or a early release. But yeah, there's just, I don't know, man. I don't know where these tapes were sitting at. If it's like a garage or basement, but man, these things have been rotting for a long time. But give it a little bit of TLC, get it back in pristine shape. After that, we got a sealed copy of Carolina Panthers inaugural season. I think it's 1995. Yeah, I'm in the Spartanburg, South Carolina area, so it's pretty popular around here. Anyways, I went ahead and put this on eBay. It's like 20 bucks. Take that. Okay, now we're getting to my favorite picks of the day. Right here, Halloween 2. Anytime I find a Halloween, I'm gonna grab it, minus like Resurrection or something like that. For some reason, I've got a ton of Halloween originals. I do have one Halloween 2, the original release that I bought on eBay with the whole set. But I don't believe I've ever found Halloween 2 in the wild. This is the newer release, which I don't think is quite as cool as the original one, but solid. It's really crisp condition. I mean, the thing's pristine almost. So it's surprisingly, it doesn't really sell for that much on eBay, maybe like 15 bucks or something, but I'll probably just hold on to this, add that to the collection. And it's from the good folks at Good Times Video, so you can't go wrong with that. All right, next up, this one, I just saw this sitting on just in a heap of filth, basically, with some other just garbage. I saw this Paragon Video, which I don't think I've ever seen one of these in the wild. It's a very desirable label. It's called Ruckus. Never heard of it. Very deep cut. I think it's horror, but anyways, it's got Linda Blair in there. Boom, you see a little shot of her right there. So, and this thing is in really good shape too. So, 1984 release. Boom, Ruckus. Definitely be checking this out. I think this one is currently going for at least 30, maybe 40 on eBay. But I'm gonna hold on to that for a while. And my absolute favorite pick of the day right here. I couldn't believe I found this. About shit my pants when I saw this. I was just chilling. John Candy's The Clown Murders. I've heard about this before. I think this is, let's see, it was released in 87, but I want to say it was like maybe 1975, 76 when it came out originally. International home video. I've got a couple other releases from this company, but man, that is a sick cover. This thing is absolutely beat up. I mean, this thing, I don't even want to touch it because it's just so delicate. It's like falling apart right here. Man, I gotta be really, it's super fragile. It's got a little hole right there. But yeah, the tape itself, I don't see any mold on it, thankfully. Maybe a little bit of dirt debris that needs to be removed, but man, that's just something I do not find. So, and anytime you can find some straight up, 70s, 80s horror like that with this kind of vibe to it, man, I'm all over it. And again, the only crappy thing though is he did wrote his last name on there, which kind of sucks. But the front is intact. So anyway, I'm kind of getting back more into doing bin diving. Regular thrifting has just been so crappy lately. It's almost just really nothing worth posting. So anywho, that's it for now. I'm gonna probably try to hit up the bins again sometime soon. And it's just a blast getting back into it. I've also been doing a lot of Blu-ray collecting recently, so I'm kind of hitting that up. But VHS is still my first love. You know what I mean? So I always have to do some VHS collecting. So anyway, if you like this, if you're still watching, give your boy a thumbs up, please. And yeah, that's it. I will be back with some fresh content whenever I find something interesting. So we'll see you later. Peace.